Good morning, guys. I'm WUSA Season 5, Episode 52. It is Wednesday morning, and I'm thinking we'll do an overnight tonight, Wednesday into Thursday. So it could be a long one. Get your popcorn out and relax. It is raining this morning. It is kind of damp and like a humid, rainy, damp, chill your bones type of morning. Car says it's 44 degrees outside. Weather Channel says feels like 41 degrees. Looks like rain until about 9 in the morning, so we have a few hours of rain right now. Fog is developed early this morning in the wake of recent rainfall. Visibility reductions around 1 mile or less are being observed, and some patchy dense fog cannot be ruled out. So that's what we're looking at here. Be sure to turn on low beam lights, slow down, and increase following distance. That's nice. So that's what we're facing right now weather-wise. I can't tell you as far as traffic right now. It seems like it's heavy traffic, but I haven't gotten to the main roads yet, so I don't know for sure. I was working and reworking my route for today, and I took out a casino that's kind of an outlier, and that's going to save me about 150 to 200 miles. It's worth it to go there, but it's just such a long way before my first stop. I'd be over 5 hours before my first stop, and I just think that's too much. For my second or third stop, maybe, but I'm actually not going that direction anyway. So the goal today, we're going to be hitting our first casino. We're going to be playing blackjack. We're a known person there, so we got to be careful. Then we're going to move on to another place a couple hours away, and nobody knows us at all there. But getting a chance to play the blackjack tables is tough because although they have a lot of tables, they do have a lot of people playing, and they allow younger people to play there. They really check zero ID. I mean, like zero ID. Like you walk in the door, it's like walking into a Rampart or something. You just walk right in, nobody says a word to you. So there's a lot of young people in there, and they're playing a lot of blackjack. So hopefully we can get on the tables there. Then we're going to go hit a small casino in the middle of nowhere, and then we'll hit 3 casinos on the way home. And actually, after my first casino where we play blackjack, there is another casino where we'll play slots also that I didn't mention. So looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 possible casinos today and into tonight, and then we should be home by, I don't know, noonish tomorrow or something like that. So hopefully we have the energy to do all that, and it all turns out good. Also, I have to worry about what's going on at work. I'm on call this week, which means I have extra work to do. I need to keep an eye on that. Any kind of requests that come in go through me. We have, I don't know what this meeting is, at 9 o'clock and at 9:30 we have meetings, so I have to take a look at that. How many people? 53 people in this one. I probably just listen to that while I'm driving. The other one I'll have to be on video, so we'll have to stop for. So we're going to be stopping at least twice on the way to our first casino, once to get gas and then once for the meeting, and then we should be good most of the day after that. I'll have my laptop sitting next to me doing my work and watching for new things coming in. What else? I had a couple other Vegas, family will not be going. Wife will not be going. Kid will not be going. I haven't decided yet about my mom going or not. I will decide that in the next hour, and then I'll give her a call and maybe take her with me. And then she'll be able to just enjoy the rooms. I'll have at least Caesars and possibly another room, and then she can relax in the room. She can play slots. When she and my dad used to go, they'd do like $100 a day for machines. So maybe I'll just give her like $100 a day, and she can do like 5 sessions of $20 or whatever throughout the day. She'll have food she can order to the rooms, so she should be good. I'm just trying to think what would be the downside for her other than being alone most of the time. I don't know. I'll just work it into my schedule to check in on her more. And I'll probably get like 6 hours sleep instead of 2 hours sleep or 4 hours sleep, because she'll be there and she'll probably hold my feet to the fire and say you need to get sleep. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on right now. Silver took a dive yesterday, as you know. Lots of manipulation always going on in that market. Once I get out of it, I think I'm just going to hold physical silver after that and not mess with the options so much. But you know, I was going to sell at 100 and move some of it, and then it fell all the way down to 78. Right now it's back into the mid 80s. So we'll figure out an exit point. I did buy more options when it fell to about 80. So right now I'm in the money quite a bit on the additional options. Looks like it's 86, almost 87. So we're looking good. Yeah, so maybe my exit point instead of 100 will be 99, 98, 97, just depending on, you know, how much profit I make and stuff like that, and get out of there, and then just continue to do my normal stacking of silver that I've done for the last 20 years. So that's about it right now. You're all caught up, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. So getting close to our first stop. I did stop for gas, and then continued on, did my meeting, all that kind of stuff. So right now we're closing in on our first stop. I contemplating not telling you about this, but it's kind of a big deal to me. So yesterday I met with an uncle of mine, someone much older than me, and some other family members, not many, just a few of us. And he went over some of the history of our family and what happened and how we came to live where we live and all that kind of stuff. And he actually had written a book about it, and I had talked to him on Sunday about maybe getting another 100 copies made or something like that, because he only made, I think, 1,000. And so we were going to discuss that, but it actually turned into about 2 hours of talking about family history and stuff, and I got most of it recorded. I'm trying to get it boosted a little bit. I tried to boost it one time with the software that I have, but you can hear it, but not great. I'm going to try to do a transcript and see how it comes out, because there was a lot of important information in there, and I want to try to do, you know, 2 or 3 more of these with him. As he's getting a lot older now, and it's good to have this information. So anyway, I don't know if that means anything to any of you guys, but being able to have that family history recorded from the person who was actually there is a big deal. And he talked about his grandfather, who was born in 1892, and just to give you an idea, he had children early. So, you know, and his grandmother was actually, well, his step-grandmother was born in 1882. So, talking to somebody who knew someone from the 1800s, I knew him actually too, my great-grandfather, someone from the 1800s, and my kids potentially could know people into, you know, almost 2100. So pretty amazing. Anyway, all right, closing in on the casino. I'll be back. All right, just got a call. We're going to be doing some kind of play 3 ways. I don't even know what it is. I said I'm in because I trust this guy. He asked me about one earlier, and I said don't do it. Someone else sat down and hit for 2,700 on it, but obviously would have been different. He ended up getting a big multiplier and multiple jackpots at the same time, something that normally wouldn't happen. So I'm going to head over there and see what they're talking about, and hopefully it's something good. Already had all kinds of fireworks going on here today. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So I was in there for a little over an hour and was not able to play any blackjack, all table games. Actually had a little disagreement in there. One of the pit bosses, who was actually in charge of the table games, came up to me. I said, "We haven't seen you playing a lot of blackjack here lately, or a lot of table games here lately." And I said, "Well, because you don't give me my privacy, so I just play somewhere else." And they said, "What? What are you talking about? And you're the manager, you should know." "I don't know anything about it. Let me go check on that." And of course, they didn't come back. The other person came back, who is the person that always puts me in. "I've told you before, there's nothing I can do." I said, "I never asked you to do anything. I never wanted to sit down. They asked me about it. And I said, I don't play here because you put me in." And so he calls me by my real name, shakes my hand, and he's gone. So whatever. Played some slots by myself. I had like $180 or so. And then a friend of mine, Advantage player, called me and said, "We have this play, we want to split it. It's $5 to spin." They wanted to split it 4 ways. I'm like, come on, man, $5. So luckily, to me, it really wasn't a play, but it was borderline, and for $1 a spin, I went along with them because they thought it was a play, and we ended up making $14 each on that one, so 14 there. And then found some other plays on my own. And interesting, there was one play, when I started the play, I had 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the machine. And when I hit it, I had 1, 2, 5, 4, 6, 7 in the machine. Only someone like me would think of something like that. But so yeah, I mean, overall ended up not making as much money as I could have. There was one play that was not a play, and my friend asked me if I wanted to split it, and I said no. Then another guy came in who plays everything super loose, and he played it, and he hit it for like 2,700, which obviously would not have happened to me. But I'm going to stop real quick at this place. Then I'm going to continue on my trip to my next casino. But overall, I ended my session. I had $357. Had some conversations. I can talk to you about that later on. My next drive is going to be pretty big. So, all right, I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. You know, I was just thinking, they never did call me to pick up my car. So, whatever. Hopefully, whatever part they got didn't work, and they can hold on to it for another month. I don't care. You know, I went to Vegas the week after they took the car. Now I'm going back to Vegas again. By the way, if I didn't update you on the date, it's going to now be the 25th to the 30th. So I think before I had it the 21st to the 25th. Then it was going to be to April something, and now it's all changed again. So it is going to be March 25th to March 30th. So and hopefully we'll keep picking those up and start doing them twice a month, and stop doing our daily drives so much, you know, and just ease up a little bit, enjoy more time with the family. We got that cruise coming up most likely in June. We're going to get that booked when I get back from Vegas, maybe even before that. So looking good there. All right. So first casino, it went okay, $357. And there's a game that has a jackpot that's pretty much there, but it's one of these things like, if they said, okay, a royal flush today pays double, would you play for it? And by going by the odds, yes, you should go for it, but going by the chances of you hitting it, you probably won't hit it. But the odds are the odds. Now, this is a little bit different because the house has about a 3.5%, I think, advantage. Don't quote me on that because I haven't double checked it in a while on that game. So you're actually losing money faster on that one. I think it's between 3.5% and 4%, so it's a big one. So a friend of mine was thinking about playing that, and I think he was going to play like $500 through. just as a shot, and he ended up like breaking even. He made like $40 on it, but I told him, man, it's going to take you a month to hit it. It's just not worth the time, I don't think, unless you're going to have a team come in and you control all the tables until it's hit. Then it would be worth it. Otherwise, it's not worth it. So finished up there, got something to eat, and took off. And then I went to another casino, looked at just slots in there. Table games are atrocious in there. So I did find a couple things to play, and they all went pretty well, actually. So we spent like an hour and a half almost to make 357, which is still good. And we spent like 45 minutes to make 462 at this place. So plus 462 more puts us plus 800 already, which would be a day's worth of work normally. But we're going to make it into an overnight. So we're going to move on to another casino hours away. We're going to go there. There's actually two casinos I want to hit in that area, a little over an hour apart, and then head back to this area again for third shift. It's kind of weird. I put it in the map both ways, going to Casino 1, then Casino 2, and then the other way around. And it actually made a difference of 4 minutes to go one way versus another. So I don't know why, but we're going to do it the shorter way. So like 4 minutes matters. Originally, my day today was going to be about 13 hours and 50 minutes or so, and we've cut that down quite a bit. Now it's going to be closer to 8, 10, 12, 13. Wait a minute. It's going to be 9, 11, 12. Yeah, it's almost like 12 and a half. So I guess we didn't cut that much out, but still going to be a good day. A lot of opportunity. Right now, temperature is 43 degrees. It's sunny. Road conditions are good. Light traffic, so all that's good. So work-wise, not really too much going on. One guy needs his password reset again, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to text him later on in the day and say, oh, I didn't realize you needed me to do it again. I just did it. Because he had me reset it this morning, and he already screwed it up, so whatever. And other than that, everything looks good. So we're going to sit back, rest a little bit, watch some videos, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, a few hours later, here we are, pulling up to our next spot. I'll hop in here. This one should be a quick one, probably 15 minutes in and out, and I'll come back and update you. Alright guys, I am back. That didn't go very well. Ended up ahead like 71 cents. So ups and downs, waited for these machines to open up. They finally opened up. I go over there and ended up losing money on them. Back in the car right now. Need to get some work done real quick, and then we'll move on to the next place. So no money there. I'll be back. Alright guys, everything points to this place is going to be a dud, but I'm going to go in there and clean up. Watch me go in here, make some big money. I'm feeling it. Here we go. Let's get in this spot and make some money. Alright guys, I am back, and just moving on to our next spot here. If this person in front of me go faster than 11, there we go, baby. Alright. Anyway, yeah, I went in there, guns blazing, ready to go, gonna win some big money. Got smacked in the face immediately, and after my first machine, I was down $575 right away. I was like, oh no, I gotta be digging out the whole time. But I actually did pretty well on the next machine and was instantly back up. I'm like, wow, this is unbelievable swings. And then I wasted about an hour making another $1 or so. So it was like there was nothing really in there except for the first couple plays that I did. The first one smacked me, the second one got me back, and then from then on it was just a bunch of little plays. And there was a machine that we've been experimenting with, but the lowest level of that was what we think is in range was pretty expensive, so I decided not to do that. All in all, was okay. I was going to play poker, but there was only one table open and like 15 people waiting for a table, and they were opening a table, and they were still opening packs of cards. So I knew it was going to be a long time, so I decided not to do that. Went back, looked at machines again. Blackjack fully loaded. So many people playing blackjack at this place. Always like that too. Whatever tables are open, it's packed. So anyway, we're going to get some blackjack in today. Don't worry about that, but just not yet. Overall, ended up doing pretty well considering. Ended the session ahead, $373. So it's like so funny. There's so many themes to days. You know, some days you're losing a little bit everywhere you go. Some days you're breaking even everywhere you go. Some days you're winning big. Some days it's all blackjack. Some days it's all slots. Right now, it's been pretty much all slots. So plus 373 there. We had plus 357 and 462 before that. So we're looking at about $1,200 that we're ahead so far today. So still early enough that work is just now ending. So I'll be able to put my laptop away and not worry about that. However, when I get home tomorrow morning, I'll definitely make sure all my emails are taken care of, so that I start the day with everybody satisfied when they get in the office. So always like to make sure all that stuff is cleared out. Even if I play till midnight, 1 in the morning, whatever it might be, I'll set it up so that it emails them at 7 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, so it looks like I got up and was working early instead of out all night drinking or something, and did it after that. So you know, that image I think is important with working at an office. Right now we are driving through the countryside in the middle of nowhere. I should lose my internet access in a few minutes, and then it'll be spotty on and off for a long time. Very few businesses out here. All the houses are basically on a couple of main roads, but it's a nice area. And actually, I might actually get to see some. Well, there's a lake over here that I might actually get to see in the daytime for once. So anyway, but we're gonna go to the next casino first, and then if it's still light, we'll go see that. So we got about another 60 something miles, 60, 70 miles to get to our next spot, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back, and it's kind of busy in there. They had some kind of a giveaway. Talk about a small time place. It's a small time place, but they have big crowds, honestly. I mean, for the location of this place, there should be nobody in there, but there are hundreds of cars outside. So just all they have is slots here. So walked around, looked at some different things, and found a couple I wanted to play, played those through. I waited around for a long time for some people to get off some machines, but they never did. So I finally gave up. But I ended up leaving ahead $77. So plus 77, you know, a little nibble. And we're gonna go over to this lake that's nearby, and we're just gonna beat the sun setting, and we're gonna hopefully get some nice pictures, and then move on to the next casino. But plus 77 right now. It's 39 degrees outside, kind of a gloomy sky. This stupid rental car ran out of wiper fluid, so I'll have to stop at a gas station, clean the windshield off. And who knows, hopefully I never get my real car back, because I'll be making payments on a rental car and then just give it back and get my car back with no miles on it. I don't know what they're doing, but alright, so let's head over to this lake, take a look, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I did find the beach, and I truly have not ever been there in the daytime, because if I had, I would have realized that normally I'm stopping right before the beach starts. There's a whole beach there. All I normally see is darkness and hear the water. But I was able to drive out onto the actual beach, maybe a few hundred feet, 300 feet, something like that. And I started to notice that my tires weren't gripping very well. There was some water on the sandy area there. and it looked like it was like a firm, like almost dirt, but it was actually sand. But I see all these trucks out there, so I'm like, well, if they can get all the way out there, everything should be fine. And then I started to second guess things. So I stopped the car, and I walked the rest of the way, another 100 feet or so, and I couldn't get out that far. Honestly, I got to the point where my foot was going through some ice, and I'm like, why would I go further? And why is that truck 200 feet further than here? But I got a nice little video of it, and it's fine right now. The sun is completely set, and we're moving on to our next casino. We are a little over 2 hours away from our next stop, and we'll see what happens there. But it was a nice little video. I got to think about it if I'm going to post it or not. I may post it, but anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I just stopped for fuel again. And now we are continuing our trip to our next casino. Our hope is that we can at least play 1 or 2 sessions of blackjack and at least make 500 to 1,000 more. I think we've only made 12 or 1,300 today, which is good, but you got to think about those days when you don't do well. So we're going to try to double that by the time we get home. So if we can find a table, then we have a shot at that. If not, then it may only be another $200 or $300 that we make today. So we're hoping for the best. Right now, traffic is actually pretty bad, considering it's pretty late at night, almost 10 p.m. Right now it's 40 degrees outside, and it'll be 10 p.m. by the time I get there. So yeah, so that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you after my session. Alright guys, I am back. I'm tired, man. My side's been hurting. I think the seat is just really bad for me. The way I sit, and it just kills my side. It's been hurting for about at least a week now. Did go in, looked around, found a couple slots, played those, was up a little bit. Looked at blackjack, couldn't find anything. Back to slots, back to blackjack. Finally ended up finding a table I wanted to play, sat down, started playing, played for a while until it got really, really crowded, and it just wasn't worth playing anymore. And I mean, I had ups and downs, but it wasn't anything crazy. I was only involved for like $500. Ended up leaving ahead slightly, plus 150. And then on the slots side, I saw a lot of people in there checking. Did find a couple small plays, played those through, and ended up ahead slightly again, plus 124. So plus 150 on the tables, 124 on the machines. And yeah, I mean, normally I would say let's call it a night, but I feel like going on. So let's go on at least one more place here and see what we can do here. Maybe make a little bit more money. I don't know where we're at, 1,500, something like that. It's not bad. We can get 300 more. Would that be too much to ask? Let's try to get a little bit more, and then we can decide if we're going to head toward home or not. So, yeah, it was really crowded in there. Very difficult to find a table to play. There was one table that was empty the whole time, but it was halfway through a shoe, and it was a $50 table. I didn't want to waste half a shoe. You know, without having any idea what the count is. So, also saw the slot manager in there, and I've been seeing him at night more now. He used to work early mornings, and now it seems like he works mainly at night. So that's kind of an interesting thing. But you know, he's never really bothered me. He's given my friends a little bit of trouble, but he's never given me any problems. I've had a couple conversations with him. I mean, I guess my thing is, I just approach things differently. When I see someone like that, I just walk right up to them, and I shake their hand, and I introduce myself, and you know, I ask them if they're whatever slot manager, thank them for what they do, and you know, just ask them if there's anything going to be coming that's new or exciting or going on or whatever, and then thank him again and take off. And then when they see me, I'm just a guy that came up to him and shook their hand one time. I mean, he's probably not doing anything, right? So I don't know if it helps or not, but it can't really hurt that much. Otherwise, if I was on their radar, I'm already on their radar, so what's the difference? So anyway, all right, let's move on. Let's try to get one more in and see how that goes, and I'll be back to update you. All right, let me give you a brief update here, and then I'm going to drive for a little while. It's not feeling great. Anyway, go in there, and first person I see is a guy that I usually see at the casino I just came from. So, okay, great. And he's talking to another guy. So I'm like, this is great. So he goes one direction, I zip over the other direction, and I'm looking at stuff. I find a play that through, ends up paying pretty well. Going around and around, not finding anything. And then finally, I see a play at the end, and I'm zipping over to try to get in there. And the guy is another AP. And he's just getting up from the machine. I'm like, what is this guy doing? He goes, that's going to lose. I said, why? He said, well, because I just spun it a minute ago, and it just paid X amount of dollars. So usually when that happens on this machine, you lose. So I said, okay, well, spun it a few times, hit what I was going for. He was standing there watching. He was like, I just want to watch. I said, well, you can still wish me luck, even though you abandoned the machine. He's like, oh, yeah, I want you to win. Now, I've seen this guy around, but not very often. He said he was down for the day, so I don't know if he's a real AP or not. But, I mean, we lose sometimes. But when you have, like today, I had, 6 stops already today. And they're all, or more than that, 7 stops already. And they're all middle of the road type plays. Nothing extravagant, nothing huge, no $50 plays, no, whatever, unusual stuff. Most of the time, you're going to do okay. You're going to break even or make a little bit of money. It's going to be really rare where you're playing all middle of the road plays between 50 cents and $10, I would say, the whole day at 7 different casinos and lose a lot of money. It usually won't happen. So I'm not saying never, but I'm just saying most of the time you're going to end up all right. So if he was there all day, as he claims, and he was down, then most likely he either does some extracurricular play on the side, or he's not that good, or he thinks he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't. Like the guy who was playing I remember, this is the one example I've given on this podcast, the guy who was playing the firecracker game, and I showed him in the directions where it says the firecrackers have nothing to do with your chance of winning. It's just for entertainment purposes only. And he didn't believe me, and he was begging me for money, and I wouldn't give it to him. And he was trying to split it with me, and I wouldn't split it with him. And then he ended up losing a bunch of money, going to the ATM 3 or 4 times, because people think that that's what that means, but it has nothing to do with anything. So, I mean, honestly, you start with must-hit by jackpots. You learn about those. You learn how those work. You watch people in the casino, what they're doing. You read up on the different games. You go in, you push help, and you look at it, and you read about it, and you understand how a game works, and then you learn how to do it. But, I'll give you another example. Today, there were 2 games that last time I was in the area, I had taken pictures of, and I wasn't sure if they were advantage or not. I didn't spin them at all. I took pictures of them with the intent of going home and researching them, because I was in a hurry that day. It was late and all that stuff. I didn't do that. I came back and I looked at them today. I went through all the directions. One of them had 4 pages of rules. One of them had 15 pages of rules. And I determined that both of them were not anything. So that's the kind of thing you have to do if you're serious about it. And if you're still losing, then maybe you need to tighten up, when you start. So, all right. Right now, let me let you go and get down the road a little bit, and I'll come back and update you. All right, guys, I am back. So I think I'm going to hit one more casino and see if we can make any money. This one historically hasn't done great, but we'll give it a try here. So we're heading to that casino next, and then we'll probably head home because timing-wise, things are looking pretty rough. I do want to get a couple hours sleep tonight at least. So let's go find this other casino, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, as we're getting close to this casino, it's raining pretty hard right now. Roads are slippery. Roads are terrible here. So we're just gonna slow down a little bit, take our time, get there in one piece, and hopefully we have some positive things to talk about after we're done. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. Still raining, miserable, cold, mid-30s outside. Can you imagine I keep driving and it hits 32 or 31, the roads are like ice? Oh man, that would be terrible. Hopefully that doesn't happen here. Heading toward home, just left that casino. I found nothing in there. That casino has removed so many machines that we used to depend on, and now they're gone, but whatever. Got in there, no problem. Didn't have any issues. Didn't see anybody checking anything. I saw maybe somebody, but I don't know the guy, so I can't be sure. Yeah, other than that, not really much going on in there. I made sure I got a free drink while I was in there. And right now we are heading toward home. I think I want a nice warm burger right now. So I looked at my app here and I saw today's Wednesday. Burger King has Wednesday $3.99 Whoppers. So let's do that. We're gonna go do that. They should be closing in a few minutes anyway. But let's go get that, and then we'll head on toward home and do our segments and all that kind of stuff. Also talk about some other stuff coming up. So yeah, I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. So I think we made about $16.50 today overall, and definitely a very long day into next day now. It's now Thursday. You know, I used to be able to drive 100 miles, make 1,500, and come back home. There's no big deal. And now I got to go further and further and further. Today was about 800 plus miles. Just part of the game, and thankfully I'm going back to Vegas. We're going to try to take advantage of it as much as we can, waste as little time as possible there, and make as much as we can, and hopefully start backing off of these longer trips and depend more on the Vegas trips. So anyway, we could do some segments. What did you eat today, MW? I actually, at one of the casinos I went to, I don't know which one it was number number 4 for the day. I had a prime rib sandwich, and they had a prime rib sandwich, and then they had a barbecue prime rib sandwich, and I was gonna switch over to the barbecue one, but I guess it's a totally different sandwich, so I think they shred it or something like that. So I just went with the regular prime rib sandwich, onions, mushrooms on there. It was pretty good. If they had warmed up the bread, would have been a little bit better. If they had put some kind of sauce on there, would have been a little bit better. It was pretty plain. I give it a 9 on a scale of 2 through 8. And a little bit ago, I had a Whopper. It was okay. I haven't had one in probably close to a year, so it was all right. I give it probably a 9 also on a scale of 2 through 8. And what did you tip today, MW? I only got one session actually on the tables, and it was relatively short, unfortunately. Fortunately, we made enough money to cover our trip and everything today, but so I tipped a total of $0. And what did you learn today, MW? Well, I learned that these Wednesdays are working out, but I don't have enough to do overnight. So what would make more sense would be to actually sleep in the city, in one of the cities overnight, and then play in the morning and then go home. And that way I could get at least a couple more sessions, 1 or 2 more sessions in before going home. But Like right now, I would be sleeping. Instead, I'm driving home. I'm gonna get home, early in the morning, like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then we're gonna be leaving the house around 6 or 7. So maybe we'll work on that next. Just making that a better, smoother situation. So that's what I learned today. But I still have a couple 100 miles to go. So for now, I'm going to let you go, and we'll catch up tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.